Hi, I'm Randy at Kentville Toyota, and this is a 2024 Highlander Hybrid. So the XLE trim, this is the gray obviously, comes with the LED headlight. Also comes with a lovely LED fog light on this vehicle. A nice contrasting high gloss black grille, really like that contrast on this vehicle. As you'll see, this is what most of us are more familiar with, is the Toyota logo on the grille with the conventional blue background designating that it's a hybrid. Because this is the earliest of the last generation of hybrids, it still gets this badging. Next generation will get the badging like the newer vehicles, and this will disappear because we're just going to assume that everything's going to be hybrid anyway. So tow hooks in the front, open dam in the front, nothing too exciting here. I do like the front end of this vehicle. This is kind of our secondary bread and butter, is that we can sell all these we can get. Customers love them, great people hauler, great family vehicle. The Highlander Hybrid has actually been a long-standing offering from Toyota Canada, extremely robust. They've got a great track record for lasting for a long time. In our climate, undercoat it, drive it, service it, and they'll last for a long time. This particular vehicle rated for combined 6.8 liters per 100 kilometers, which is fantastic when you consider that this is a 7-seater or an 8-seater configuration with the 2.4 liter hybrid drivetrain. Really outstanding. So let's have a look up the side and see what we can see down the side of the vehicle. So here we are at the front of the Highlander. Come back, we have a nice tire and wheel package. That's an 18-inch OEM wheel on that vehicle. Nice black and gloss contrast. The blacked out wheel arch in a matte finish. Again, pretty user-friendly, should age quite gracefully. You can see on both the driver and passenger mirror has the signal light marker that it makes it visible for seeing your intentions, I guess I should say, about whether you're turning or not, and hopefully you're using your signal lights. And on both the driver and passenger mirror as well, your blind spot monitoring indicator for the driver. Something that a lot of people do not know, even though they've been Toyota drivers for a long time, is that on a lot of our products, there's these two little lines on the door handles. And provided you have the key with you, which I do, you can put your hand in the door handle and it automatically unlocks the door. So you can then get in, you don't need to fish for the key. What a lot of people don't know is that if you reach up from the bottom and you touch the bottom of the switch with the same gesture, just coming from the bottom to the top, it will lock the car as well. So it's a really nice feature for convenience once you get used to how the system works. So I can just unlock it and carry on. As we come back here a little further down the body line, again, wheel arch, pretty standard configuration, nothing too special here. It does have a nice wraparound taillight, it's a nice feature, and the matte finish on the lower trims just makes them age a little more gracefully so you don't get a lot of damage on your paint. So let's come around to the back and see what we can find on the rear of the vehicle. Here we are at the rear of the Highlander. Features. It clearly denotes that it's an XLE. It tells you that it's a hybrid. The blue insignia tells you that it's a hybrid as well. For 2024, Toyota did make a nice change. It used to be just really on the only upper trims. The Limited and the Platinum had the rear kick sensor to open your rear gate. The functionality of this feature has been lackluster with most manufacturers for quite some time, but this one is working quite well. So literally with the key with you, the vehicle's unlocked, it automatically opens the gate for me. So if I've got a handful of packages, groceries, whatever it is, it will open the rear gate for me, which is a lovely feature. Because this is a 2024 and again a previous generation of Toyota's design, this particular vehicle has a power lift gate that again I can close by swiping my foot under the gate, or you press the button and it closes naturally. Now, if it grabs you or hits you in the head, it will stop. It's not supposed to break your neck, it's supposed to make your life better. So if then you hit it, it'll recycle, go back up. And for those of you who are vertically challenged, these are, I guess you'd call it programmable, is we can bring it down, lock it in place so that if you like to be able to open this manually or you like to be able to hit the switch, we can set it so it does not open full height every time it opens. From here, we look in, it's a little dark. Let's see what we can see. We have lots of tie down spots. This is the XLE trim, so it comes with a full set of carpeted and rubber mats for winter. We've got lots of attachment points to tether things in, lots of tie downs. Does come with a tonneau cover for this year, so that's a nice privacy covering. They're not up right now, but literally if I pull these seats upward, we grab another 2 seats. So this is a 7-seater configuration. I just can't be bothered to do that now, but we'll show you with it up once we do some inside shots. So here we are in the driver's seat of the 2024 Highlander XLE Hybrid. So what do I see as the driver here? I see the rear gate latch to my left, automatic high beam adjustments, heated steering wheel, again, great feature. Regular audio controls, cruise control, lane departure assist, everything's right in your steering wheel. Gauge clusters, nice and bright, good size, gives you your fuel economy, speed, tells me my door is open, the car is on. We're actually running right now, so we can show some of the lighting in here, and because it is a hybrid, it is running, but it's not actually running the gas engine here in the showroom, which would be bad for all of us. On this particular trim, you get a heated seat, but you do not get a cooled seat. You do get a nice sunroof, but it's not the panoramic, so it's a little smaller than on the next upper trims. We've got lots of toys, so we've got a USB connectivity for conventional old school USB. We've got 2 USB-C ports here as well for charging. We also have an auxiliary power outlet for anything else you may need extra power with. And this year, for 2024, you actually get wireless charging in this XLE trim level, which is a really nice feature. You also obviously get Toyota's connected services, as well as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto built into this vehicle, and dual climate control for both your passenger and your driver. Driver gets a 8-way, I believe it is, power seat. The passenger gets a power seat, I believe. Yes, I can see the screw mechanism in there, so it is a power seat as well. That's a nice way. It's a 4-way adjustable as opposed to the 8-way. Some configurations for the transmission. You've got trail settings that gives you a little more traction in less than ideal conditions. EV mode, so if you're in start and stop traffic, you can actually force the vehicle to run on the high voltage battery for longer periods of time at higher speeds. Really, because this is the hybrid, and again, rated for 6.8 liters per 100, you don't ever need to interact with any of that. Toyota's technology will give you 95% of the fuel economy that is available from this vehicle in normal driving conditions. It'll give those to everybody, and if you want to play with some of the controls, you can make the vehicle perform a little better and be a little sportier, or you can drive it and get a little more fuel economy out of it. It's whatever you're happy with. But again, the default settings on these vehicles will give you excellent fuel economy, and you don't ever have to play with it. A lot of customers are concerned that if I hear, where do I plug it in? Another time I'm going to pull my hair out, is that most of our vehicles are not plug-in hybrids. We refer to them as self-charging hybrids. And for a vehicle of this size, with this capacity, to get fuel economy that we used to get with a Camry 5 years ago is really impressive. And again, comfortable, extremely comfortable car. Like, I'm sitting here in the driver's seat, again, 5'10", nice, comfortable. I got lots of headroom here, even with the sunroof. So I guess that's really all I can see here. What else we got? Well, we've got lots of storage space. We've got multiple layers here. There's another 12-volt charging outlet in there. That's a nice feature. Armrest is at a good height. It's textured and a little camouflage, so that if you get a little wear and tear over time, it should age quite gracefully. Generous cup holders here on the driver's door, and I can see on the passenger door as well. Let's see what the back looks like and see how much room's back there for our passengers. Okay, so here comes the fun part. I have not gone to yoga class lately, so this could be challenging. Lift the arm, slide the heated seat head, and then I'm going to make my man back here and see how usable this is. Okay, well, it is usable. If you really didn't like your friends and you wanted to put them in here for an hour, you could punish them. But as a third row, I'm taking the grandchildren for the weekend, and there's going to be a couple of adults with me. You know, small kids, 14, 15 years old, 5'5", wouldn't be too bad in here. Again, this seat is way back in the track, so I've intentionally made it a little tight for myself. It is a very upright seating position, and I'm going to guess there's an adjustment here somewhere that would make it. Oh, look at that. Magic. I look like a genius now. So now, once this is reclined a little bit, it's really not that bad. It is tight, but again, it's meant for third row. If you've got multi-generations or steps of children from 3 to 13, then no problem. This is a good usable space for short periods of time. If you need more space than this, it's called the Sienna. And as far as getting me back out of here, again, I have no experience with this, but that was pretty easy and self-explanatory, so I'll just slide back out. Trying to break a hip, and okay, that actually was way more pleasant than I expected, and I didn't make nearly as big a fool of myself. So I'm going to need to come around the other side, slide that seat back, get this to sit back up, but I'll do that and then we'll come right back. Okay, now that I've proven I can do a puzzle, we've got this back up. Again, I've left the driver's seat right where it was when I was in here earlier. So here, as a rear passenger in the second row, tons of space. I have lots of room here. Got some neat features. You've got shades on the sides for anyone rather than tinted windows. That's a nice feature. You do have ventilation vents here to get some fresh air. And as rear passengers, you have temperature controls, auto setting, basically, which will tie back to the setting of the front, whatever your driver or passenger are doing in the front. Or you can do a manual override. And you have fan control, on, off. Pretty good configuration. I've got to say, this is really comfortable, nice upright seating position. There is some flexibility here. These do adjust, so if you want to sit more upright, you can, or you want to recline a little bit, you can. Again, depending on who's back here, 2 good usable charging USB-C ports. So as a rear passenger, I've got tons of headroom. You can be way taller than I am and be in here quite comfortably. Cup holders are good location. Everything is very simple and well laid out. There is a pocket on both of these seats for storage, which is nice. With a couple of adults or even 3 adults and a couple of smaller kids, you could easily take 7 people here if need be, and comfortably, depending on their size. And okay, let's have a look under the hood and pretend I know what's under there too. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys the 9-second tour of what's under the hood of this 2024 Highlander Hybrid. Step 1, pop the hood. That's pretty self-explanatory. There we go. Okay, that wasn't bad. Oh, now there's way more space in here than there is in a lot of our vehicles, simply because of the overall height of the car. Nice and clean, lots of insulation under the hood. So again, this is Toyota's 2.4 liter hybrid drive, Synergy drive. They've been using with our Sienna, our Highlander Hybrid, the RAV4 hybrids, the RAV Primes. This is kind of the heart of all of our drivetrains now. This one is naturally aspirated, no turbocharger. And again, the stated combined fuel economy on this vehicle is 6.8 liters per 100 as an all-wheel drive, 7-seater, full-size car. And this one actually has towing capacity of up to 3,500 pounds. And it has about 8 inches of ground clearance. So this is as off-road as most families need, because you get lots of clearance, you get good traction, you get good weight because of the rear, the battery over the rear wheels, plus the electric drivetrain. Really, really good, durable vehicle. Again, I don't know much about this except to know that the technicians look after them. There's your washer fluid, there's the prop rod. Everything else is self-explanatory. You can check your own oil, that's clearly marked. Once again, I'm Randy from Kentville Toyota. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe, like, put your comments in, make fun of the mistakes I've made. I'd really enjoy to read some of the feedback. Thanks for your time.